David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So I joined a bunch of these expats in Bangalore Facebook pages. The main reason is because if I do a show here, I want to sell some tickets to some unsuspecting fucking whiteys. All the whiteys here are like IT engineers, upper management, CEOs and shit like that. Or just old rich cunts, and I want to take their money. I can only take it once, because once they see me, they won't be coming back. But I feel like it's my duty to fleece other whiteys while I'm here. So anyway, I was scrolling through one of these expat Facebook pages, and a guy had just posted a message to the group saying, "Hi, my name's Arun. I'm a filmmaker. I'm doing a little commercial for 3 days. I'm looking for someone between the ages of 30 to 50, an engineer type. For a role in this commercial, it's not a speaking part. You just need to open boxes. That's it." So I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm an engineer type between those ages. I would be perfect for the role. So I sent him a little email saying, "Hey, my name is The Boyle. You can call me Le Boyle, and I will be happy to do your fucking commercial." And he emails me back pretty much straight away saying, "Let's have a phone call, and can you send through some photos?" So I'm like, yeah, hit me up on WhatsApp. We'll have a phone call. And I don't really have any photos, so here's my Instagram. Add me, follow me on Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. That's for you listening too. Jump on it. I'm starting to fucking pump out the content now. But I really did that. I sent him a link to my fucking Instagram. So he calls and he's like, "Hey David, so pretty much what's happening is we're doing a commercial. It will be filmed over 3 days. The product is a fly trap." And I'm like, "A what? A fly trap?" And he's like, "Yeah. You know, like a mouse trap, except for flies." That's what he actually said. And you got to imagine I'm doing a fucking Indian accent because he's full Indian. And I'm like, "A fucking what? A mouse trap for flies? How does that even work? Do you just put a little bit of shit where the cheese is meant to go? And how does the wire come down on the fucking fly? Like, really, how many flies are you going to catch with a fly mouse trap?" But I'm a professional actor now, so I obviously didn't say that. I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah. I love fly mouse traps. They're my favorite thing. And he's like, "It's not a fly mouse trap." He's like, "It's a fly trap." And I'm like, either way, I love it. I love what you're doing with the fly mouse traps. I'm happy to be on board. This is going to be the new Coca-Cola. I can feel it. Fly mouse traps are going to fucking take off. And who is going to be the face of the industry? That's right, Le Boyle. And then he's like, "Have you seen these traps before?" I'm like, "Well, just describe them a little bit to me first before I describe it to you." And he's like, "You know those fly traps, those mosquito ones with the blue lights, and the fly runs into it and it zaps him?" He's like, "It's like that, except it's glue instead of the blue lights. So the fly runs into it and it gets stuck to the glue." And I'm like, this sounds a little bit better than what I had in my mind. So he's like, "It's a paid gig. I just need some photos to make sure you fit the brief." And I'm like, "Did you not fucking check out my Instagram? What was the point of sending it to you, cunt?" He's like, "Just send me a selfie or something. I just want to make sure you fit the brief." So I'm like, "Sweet, no worries." So I get my wife to take a photo of me. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not very fucking photogenic. I think I have mentioned that before. I think I'm a little bit better in real life than I am on fucking photo. That is also becoming less and less true as I get older as well. I'm starting to look just as bad as my photos in real life, which I'm not overly excited about, but what are you going to do about it? So I'm like, all right, I'll just send him a fucking photo. My wife takes a couple of snaps. I send them through. He looks at them, sends okay, just O and K, and that's it. That was the end of the fucking interaction. There has been nothing since. That was like 2 hours ago. I'm waiting for my break. This was going to be my big break. I was going to be the face of fly boxes in Sweden. It's not even an Indian ad. It's some foreign country who has outsourced their ad making to the Indians, and then the Indians find schmucks like fucking me to do the ad for basically nothing, and everyone wins, except for the poor old actor. Us actors, we just get fucked over all the time. But the signs are good. How long have I been here? Like 3 days, and I'm almost an international actor. I'm pretty sure I will be starring in a Bollywood movie pretty soon. Give me some time. I need some fucking money too. It is fucking expensive here. I didn't realize how fucking expensive it was. India is cheap in general. Bangalore is not fucking cheap. I'm just going to have to fast a few extra days because the prices in Bangalore aren't that far off Australia. Anyway, it is now Monday in pretty much most of the world. Some places it's Tuesday. I will figure out when's the best time to release this podcast. At the moment, it's a little bit all over the shop, but I'll set a time and I'll fucking hit it. But today's Monday, and today is Ask Boyle. Very self-explanatory. Listeners send in a question they need answered by an expert in pretty much everything. I am a polymath. Some people call me a Renaissance man. There are very few subjects I don't have wisdom on. So feel free to ask me a question about anything. Send it in to my social media. I'm Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Or email it to me on boylecomedy@gmail.com. So let's get to it. Today's Ask Boyle was sent in from the US by a long-time listener. I'm going to leave his name out because it gets pretty hectic, this fucking Ask Boyle. So thank you for sending it in, and I'll do what I can. So this is it. He starts out, maybe this is too dark for the pod. Hey, nothing is too dark for this fucking pod. Nothing. And that's not a fucking challenge to you listeners either. Just relax, alright? It's not a fucking challenge. I've tried to stop drinking multiple times, but my best friend who I talk to for 2+ hours per day and my wife say I'm so much more fun when I drink and I'm scared to let them down. For starters, everyone is more fun when they drink. That's the whole fucking point. If you ask my wife if I'm more fun when I'm drinking or when I'm sober, she would say fucking drinking by a mile. But if you followed up that question with, do you want him to start drinking again? She would be like, fucking no, never. But I'm to the point where I'm starting to drink and looking off my balcony thinking it would be so easy to end it all if I just jumped. I suppressed it for a long time, but it's starting to overwhelm my thoughts. I don't think I would ever actually do it, but I can't help but think I would benefit from a counselor or something. I'm just scared to let anyone see my weaknesses, I guess, so I have never pursued a therapist, but I'm wondering if I should. I also don't know if I should stop drinking. I enjoy it so much, and when I don't drink, I'm so bored and can't sleep. Sorry, this is a bit much, but I just wanted to see if the infamous Boyle had any advice. Well, the first thing is being scared to show people your weaknesses actually makes you weaker. In some sort of paradoxical way, being vulnerable strengthens you because you're not hiding anything. If you showed people your weaknesses, you no longer have to pretend. And the pretending is really just lying. You're not only lying to everyone around you, you're lying to yourself, which makes you weaker. Pretending to be anything other than you are doesn't work. I tried it my whole fucking life. It just does not work because the foundations of your personality are now built on nothing, on sand. You are much better off being a piece of shit and owning it than feeling like a piece of shit and pretending you're not. People respond to vulnerability. I think it's because everyone sort of feels the same. Everyone is trying to hide their weaknesses and present as well as possible to society. So when someone lets their guard down and they're actually vulnerable, people see themselves in that person and usually they really can't do enough to help you. People are great. I fucking hate them all, but they're great. Now moving on to the jumping off the balcony shit. Those urges are because you're not doing what you should be doing. What you know you should be doing. It's your subconscious giving you a little reminder you're not in fucking charge here. You can pretend all you like. You can sweep shit under the bed as much as you want. You can try and hide. You can try and run. But the reality is you're going to have to face your shit someday. There is no hiding from it. You can't run from it. it will destroy you. Everything you're hiding from, everything you're running from, everything you're blocking out, everything you're suppressing has to be processed. There's no avoiding that. I wish there was a fucking way. I wish there was a way around it, but there isn't. You have to face it, whatever it is. And I actually know a little bit about you. So you drink way more than you let your wife know. Your wife thinks you're a casual drinker, but you're more or less an alcoholic. So I would suggest a confession. Just be honest. Just say, I started out drinking. It got on top of me. I didn't want to tell you because I love you and I didn't want to disappoint you, but it is out of control now. I can't deal with it. I need a little bit of help and I need you to help me. That will take care of her thinking you're so much fun when you drink. When you tell her that, that's over. It will also stop you from taking that little jump over the fucking balcony. That won't fix all your problems, but it's a good first step. Anyway, that's enough for tonight. Thanks for sending in the question. It took balls to just send in that question. So thanks for reaching out. Anyway, that's it for tonight. I'll see ya the fuck later.